Welcome to the Coffee with Cheryl podcast, the podcast for women over 50 who want to live their best life right now. Imagine having the courage to reinvent your life financially, professionally, personally, and spiritually. Join Cheryl and guests as they share practical tips and resources to inspire you to achieve the lifestyle of your dreams. So grab your favorite mug. It's time for Coffee with Cheryl.
Welcome to the Coffee with Cheryl podcast, a podcast for women over 50 who want to live their best life right now. I am your host, Cheryl Garrison. I am an author. I am a businesswoman. I am an entrepreneur. I am passionate about everything that has to do with women over 50. And I created the 50 something lifestyle and the 50 something women's network to give women over 50 a safe place to connect with each other and share ideas and to help each other grow their business or make decisions on what they want to do with their life after 50. Just a place to share and be comfortable in their 50 somethings. And so I am so excited to share with you today an episode of Coffee with Cheryl. Today, we're going to talk about living your best life, doing what you love. And of course, we start with our quote every time we do our podcast. And the quote today is, if you do what you love, you will never work a day in your life. And that is so true. If you do things that you love doing, it never feels like work. Now, I've been on a little bit of a hiatus, and that is due to a couple of things that have happened that were life changing for me. First, I lost my 42-year-old niece unexpectedly, and my brother's oldest daughter. And then I lost my dearest friend, my oldest sister, Jerry, all in the span of a couple of weeks. And of course, that had just left me spinning and wondering what it was I was going to do in my life to really live this life without my big sister. She and I have been so close. We talked every day, and she just meant the world to me. And I had to step back and really, really get in touch with my emotions. I'm so grateful that she is with God and she's resting in heaven. But wow, I'm going to miss her. And with that, it made me start thinking about, of course, life and moving forward and the things that I do. Are they things that really matter to me? Are they things that bring me joy? Are they things that I love to do? Things that I can say that, the rest of my life I want to be doing this, and that if I leave here tomorrow, I will have left here doing what I love. Now, of course, family and friendships and um, having the life with my husband, those things are the things that I love, and those are the most important. But other than that, the things that I do day to day to keep me going, to keep me motivated, to keep me really living this 50 something life, I had to think about it. Or am I doing the things that I love? And I actually came to the conclusion that I am. And the one thing that one of my biggest loves is writing. And I'm so excited about having the release of my first fiction novel, Legacy, which was released at the beginning of the year and had to go on hold for the launch because of my sister's passing. And since she was my biggest cheerleader, she's the one who motivated me for the 7 nonfiction books that I've written and this one fiction book. It took a lot out of me to think about getting back into launching that book and getting it out there. It's a wonderful book, if I have to say. So myself. It's a fiction novel, historical fiction, and it's about how we as a family respond to the things that happened to our ancestors during one of the most tumultuous times in our history during slavery. And for those of us who are African American, those things have had a profound effect on our families. And so, how we deal with them as a family sometimes can make a difference even in our modern day life. So, legacy is about the legacy that your family is about, your ancestry. Who are you, and what values do you have to leave to the next generation? And so, for me, that's the one thing I've always loved in my life. It's writing, and I love being around the written word. And so my publishing company, Becoming 50 Something, has become more and more important because it is around something that I love, something that I love waking up thinking, oh, I get to read someone else's story, or I get to publish someone else's story, or I get to continue to write my own stories. And it took a while. I'm 68 years old. And it took a lot of years to get to the point to where I've been on that road to doing the things that really matter, that bring me passion. And I can say honestly, today I am doing the thing that I love most, and that is being the CEO of Becoming 50 Something Publications, which will help you, if you're a woman over 50, publish your own novel or your own nonfiction book, or to be a part of our collaboration series, which book four will be coming out later this year. And we'll talk about that at the end of the podcast. But think about it. Are you living your life doing something that you love? So I wanted to talk a little bit of how we get to that point, um, to where we are doing that. So I like to leave tips, and if you're pondering of whether or not you're actually doing that, here's some things to think about as you're looking at, if you wake up on today, it's Monday, April 1st, and if you wake up thinking, oh, am I really living and doing the things that I love, the things that I'm passionate about? And of course, it has more meaning when someone leaves this earth and you realize that time is fleeting and that we're not here forever, but we're here to live our best life if we can. So let's talk about a couple things that you can think about if you are struggling with thinking that what you're doing on a day to day basis is the thing that you love. So the first thing, you have to know that you deserve it. That's number one. You deserve to live your best life right now. You deserve to do the things that you love and that bring you joy today. You don't have to put it off until tomorrow. You don't have to think about the financial obstacles or the logistical obstacles. You can do that right now. But the first thing you have to say to yourself is, worth it. I deserve it. Why don't you? You deserve to live the life that you love living and doing the things that you love. Remember our quote, if you do what you love, you will never work a day in your life. So remember first, make sure that you know that you deserve it. And if you don't know that, take some time and think about who you are, how special you are, how much you have to share with the world, and how other over anyone else around you, you deserve it. If you're having problems coming to that conclusion, maybe it's some time for you to take some time to really take a sheet of paper and write all the things that are great about you. It's okay to do that. Write about all the wonderful things that you do for people, all the wonderful talents you have, all the great hobbies that you have, all the things that you know. Take a list and write them down and just read them and see the person that's on that paper. You deserve it. The second thing is stop trying to put a square peg in a round hole. There are some things that we are meant to do, and there are things that we're just not good at. And we do them for expediency. We do it because we make it to make more money, or people have told us you'd make a great this or a great that, and you're doing that because of someone else's recommendation, or it was easy to do. And you're this square peg and you're trying to fit in a round hole and you're wondering why. You wake up every day just feeling as if it is not worth it. Well, you are worth it. So think about what makes you special. And what makes you special is what you should be doing. Even if it takes going back and taking some more classes, getting a different education, or just making that bold step. I'm not saying go out today and quit your job if you work and do something just outlandish, but work toward it. Stop trying to be a square peg in a round hole. Because if you find that perfect round or perfect square for you to step into, then that makes you on the road to living the life, doing the things that you love doing. Now, let's think about this. As you're considering the things that you love, one of the things you consider, what are your strengths? What are the things that you are good at? What are the things that you can do almost effortlessly? What are the things that bring you joy? So think about those things. What are your strengths? Because within that, you can write them down. You can sit down and say, okay, I'm good at this, and that. Within that list is probably that thing that you really love doing, that you keep saying, I need to, I need to, I need to. Well, it's time to stop the I need to. It's the I have to. I have to. And believe me, that's where I've been the last month of my life is Jerry's gone. Jerry lived her life vibrantly, doing the things that she wanted to do. And I thought, there's no way I want to check out of here with regrets. So I am really looking at the things that I love doing, and that's where I'm going to focus. Because I can. Like I said, I'm 68. I've lived a life. I can do that. You're in your 50 somethings. You've lived the life. You can afford to do it. It's just whether or not you will do it and stop making excuses as to why you have not done it. Time is out for that. And you are not too old. You are not too you have the talents, you have the intellect. Now there may be some knowledge issues with the technology or things, but those are easily obtained. Think about what you need to do to obtain them so that you can wake up every day doing the thing that you love to do. And then as you decide, okay, I'm for me, I'm good at writing. So what are some of the opportunities? Once I recognized that that was my biggest strength, that's the thing that brought me the biggest love, I was able to take that knowledge and that skill of writing and not only write my own books and become an author, but also learn the publishing industry and help other women do it. And finally creating, becoming 50 something publications. So explore new opportunities. What can you find to do? to get you to doing what you love to do. There are things out there, but they're not going to just drop on your doorstep. So use that thing that we call the internet. Go on Google, look at things in the realm of what your interest is and what are people doing? How are they creating new careers? How are they creating their own jobs? How are they creating volunteer opportunities? There are a lot of things that you can do to find a way to live that life doing thing that you love. And then don't forget that it is never, ever, 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 ever too late to do what you love to do. I have a guy at our church, and he's 80. I know he's 84, 85. He's the sharpest dresser that walks through the door. He's got the most energy of anyone who walks through the door. And even though he's retired multiple times, he loves uh, working in public affairs and in in providing solutions for public issues. And he still does it. And he loves it. And he is not giving up. It is never too late to do what you love. So remember that as you are pondering whether or not, well, I hear what Cheryl's saying, but I'm just too old. I'm too old. I work with a lady in her 80s, and this woman has ideas that are so exciting, and she is not giving up. She does her own thing in her 80s. So, ladies, it is never too late. Now, of course, we made the decision, okay, I'm going to do what I love doing. I do have some issues with knowledge and knowing how to move forward. So these are some of the things that you have as a resource for you. Find a mentor, find a coach, find someone who is doing what you want to do and will help you. And it's easy to do. Just looking up people who do it and then writing simple little email requests. I love what you I want to do it. Can you help me? There are so many women who will help you. If you're a part of the 50 something women's network, get on there and say, hey, I want to do this. I need help. Who will help me? And someone will step up and say, I will help you. There's enough to go around for all of us. So no one's sitting around thinking, oh, I'm holding this close to me because if I help you, I won't have. There's enough for all of it. So find a mentor, find a coach if you need to. Be a part of a network, like I said, the 50 something women's network. There are other groups online. There are local networks where you can get involved with women who are in business or who are in careers or who are doing the hobby that you love or the thing that you love. Be a part of it. I've joined numerous groups for authors in the last few months. And I'm finding so much joy in being in a group with other women who are doing what I do. So network, find ways to be around people who do what you do. And then with that, they will help you get other opportunities. And this is the last thing, and this is the most important, our mindset, our attitude. Are we going to be positive about the things that we do? Or are we going to just concentrate on the negative? Be positive and develop positive habits. Develop habits where you can see an obstacle and turn it into a success. And it's all within here. It's all within your mind. You can do it. You just have to tell yourself that you can. And you have to have faith that you can. So I hope today, I know I'm probably a little pensive. I'm still um, dealing with my sister leaving here. But oh, I'm so grateful that she was here because of the things that I learned from her. and the way that she loved people and the way that she did the things that she wanted in life. And so I've learned lessons from her. And I'm just passing on to you today that this came on my heart as I was thinking of where I would start out this podcast after being on for a couple of weeks dealing with the arrangements and the family issues dealing with her. But I wanted to talk about doing what you love, living your best life, doing what you love. So I hope you've got a couple of nice little nuggets here. In the next few weeks, we're going to be talking to several women who are going to talk about uh, self care. We're going to talk a little bit about how to find ways to have more leisure in your life, to travel and get some leisure. We're going to talk about how to up your financial part of your life. And we're talking about mindset, just the whole thing about how we get ourselves ready as women over 50 to live our best life because it is always good to have more information. So, in the next few podcasts, you will meet some outstanding women over 50 who are going to share some good news for you. And I hope you're open to receiving it. So, again, on this Monday, April 1st, I hope that if you're not living your life doing what you love, I hope you will take some advice from today and living your best life, not tomorrow, not 3 years from now, but living your best life right now, today. Well, I hope you have a wonderful week, and I'll see you on the next Coffee with Cheryl.